episode 21 of the Valheim Slow and Easy series on YouTube, an award-wanting series of video game playthroughs with your host, me, Hank Thompson, who's itching his lower right shin because I had to. And now my left shin, for some reason, it feels itchy. That's great. That's great. Welcome, everyone. We're doing the show. Please fall asleep. I'd love it if you did. I want you to feel not bored, not tired, but safe. It's okay if you relax. Let your shoulders down, unclench your jaw, scratch your right shin, and let's have a good time. All right? We're continuing our building out of the I gotta come up with a better name. Terraforming. I gotta think of something for this. But this big project of building this harbor area and involving these lakes. But you're wondering, why didn't I start right where we were? I wanted to, but I turned on the shrimp squad camera. Look in the lower left corner. Hey, little shrimpies. Cleaned up the tank a bit. That's a piece of lettuce in there, by the way, in case you're grossed out. So if you eat lettuce, then you have the same appetite as shrimp. They're not real into it. They kind of, chip away at it a little bit. I've put cucumbers and stuff in there. You can put veggies and shit, and they'll go nuts on some of them. So I'm gonna try to keep those guys, the tank, a little bit cleaner and stuff. Because sometimes I let the algae grow. They eat biofilm and algae, and they forage, and it's a pretty self-sustaining little thing in there. But I want to try to do a little bit better about that kind of stuff. I turned it on, which means that OBS had to access the camera. And then all of a sudden this Valheim utility thing that takes the Valheim audio, is what I believe it does, crashed. So I had to restart OBS. Or sorry, not OBS. Something crashed, and then Valheim crashed. And then I turn it back on, and I wake up, and I'm here. I'm in this damn base. So we're starting the episode from not at the base. And I'm like, oh crap, did I lose all of that last episode? I ran down to the shore. Let me kill this music. It's enough with this. Get out of here, music. So I run down to the shore where the boat was parked at the beginning, and it wasn't there. That's actually not the first thing I did. Hold on, let me just fill up my get the blast furnace going here. This is going to be like a thing we do a lot until all the metal's processed. And first, I ran over here to see if Terraback was active, and it's not connected. So I lost some progress. But I ran to the shoreline, and the boat wasn't there. And I had some stuff in my inventory that you would only get from killing some dudes. Like I had it, So I'm pretty... Oh yeah, look, I actually have the building stuff for Terraback, for the return portal. So yeah, it didn't save some of that. We'll see how much of the base, the little platform I built, is there. Let me pause for some mushroom picking. And, well, dang it. What the heck? So there's no boat here. So we got to run. We're going to take the old-fashioned mode of transportation, which is our own feet. Luckily, we're dressed up like a ninja, which means we can run pretty fast. We get like a movement bonus for wearing the wolf costume, which is why I like wearing it. And I'm kind of like this in the real world. I sprint. I'm a lithe and agile man, long limbs, but quick like a tennis player. People see me go by and they go, "That lithe man has just blown my hair off my shoulders with his agile speed." A blur. Not now. Nex. You ever see that documentary about the Nexium cult? Man, what the fuck? I'm way charminger than that guy. I should start a fucking cult. Kidding me? That twerp with his volleyball headband on, getting these rich people to play volleyball with him at midnight and then give him money. I can't even get anybody to give me money. I've got a few people help me out with my projects and stuff, so I am grateful for that. How do you get a whole cult going when you're that guy? Is it really? I mean, I know there's like a Man, human psychology is wacky, isn't it? So anyway, we'll gather up some of this stuff because I like the blueberries. I want to make a documentary about the electromagnetic spectrum. Don't you think that'd be fun? Not just like, this is the electromagnetic spectrum. On the one end is X-rays, and on the other end is gamma rays. I don't even know if that's right, but there's like the one end is small, and then the other end is the wide. And then we get to see the visible spectrum, which is what color is, which itself would be like a huge part of the documentary. Because that's like the important bit. Every picture you've seen of space where they say, this is the X-rays, this is the infrared, this is this. It's because it's color modified, because those aren't colors. You can't see infrared maybe slightly, but like, it's not, they have to the only way you can ever see or perceive anything is to put it into either like mathematical data or to convert it into color. And so like, I think but like this we exist in these like different wavelengths of oscillating energy and energetic fields, and we move through them. You think you live in a transparent world. You don't. You're just capturing, your face is just intersecting with light as it moves through these beams that are always there. So I'd like to come up with really creative and interesting ways of exploring light and go through all the different science and the kind of cool different stuff about it. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't that sound cool? So anyway, listen, while we're doing this, what I'm kind of looking at here, since I came up this way. Oh, see, there's a dungeon there. Not now, dude. I'm doing surveying with my friends. You know, I thought about maybe carving through here, and I know you can't carve through the dungeons because those are like, you know, protected. But I'm wondering if there's a point here that looks, and there's also a maximum depth. This might be carvable, right? But that's still close to the dungeon. Where does the dungeon? Can you carve out around the dungeon? That would look pretty crazy, wouldn't it? This would be like a secondary project for the whole thing. Because right now we're going to be up here. So essentially we would just... It was pretty hilly right there, wasn't it? So I doubt that's doable. We'll see. We'll worry about that later. But since we had to run up the shoreline over here to our project base... There's the boat. Yeah, I was nervous for a second. I was like, oh no, did it? But it does autosave. But I didn't quit proper. Sorry, I had a huge swig of coffee right before. Oh no, he's going to hit the blueberry. Oh, you ruined it. I was worried about that. Dude, you just killed my blueberry production. Great. Now my customers are going to be paying more per blueberry now that the supply has gone down. All right, so this is it. We're going to be doing a lot of work here. Cutting through. Now that there's a rock down there, maybe that'll be an issue. We'll see. We'll encounter problems. Don't worry, though. We'll solve problems. Yeah, look. We can tell where it auto-saved. I kind of like the way I had it set up. I don't have time for you, buddy. Come on up. Come into my office. Pack up your desk. Get your coffee mug off my fucking property, bitch. You're fired. All right. Well, we did this last time, so okay. We're gonna do the... Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? Oh, my God. Snap it to a different one. Yeah, I'm really jazzed about this whole thing. I was excited to share the shrimps with you. The return with their big piece of lettuce in there. They're coming at it a little bit. They freak out when the light comes on. I know you can kind of go at it from a more like turn the light on and then slowly allow it, because like ain't nothing evolved with the sun just blinking on. Just, oh God! So it's kind of jarring for them. It's supposed to gradually get light and then gradually get dark. as evolution, animals would have no animal. I mean, I suppose there's animals in the world that maybe somehow, not that it's because of the sun though, would have been some other reason. What did I just do? I was supposed to. We can replace trees as we. Let's cut this big tree down. But yeah, we're going to really modify this whole spot. So, yeah, we'll leave that tree there. Actually, I kind of. Ooh, a crow. They're intelligent. Yeah, maybe we'll try to leave the trees. Even rich people like trees. It's not like I don't have any shortage of wood over here. Back at my wood collection facility. That's right, I had stairs here, didn't I? Sure. We'll fix that bit here. Let's just... Okay. Gonna dump stuff. So I don't have... This is also a good opportunity. We're not going to do it right now. I'll probably mess with it later on. Of like working on that kind of inventory efficiency thing I was describing. Like, is this the most efficient spot for the return here? Let's build a black metal chest. Actually, since we're here, let's... Oops. Can't neglect our chores. God, it's a little bit... What? There. Okay. I'll just dump it all in there. All right. Just gonna bring back some wood. There we go. I was kind of had this dream of the shrimp, as soon as the lettuce... I tried cabbage. I gotta cook that cabbage today, too. And I wanted to... but they didn't go for the cabbage. I even cut it up a little bit. It's good to... Cabbage especially is tougher than lettuce, so I had to... So I, like, decided to, score it, I guess you'd say. So they could get in there a little easier. But they weren't interested. I mean, they kind of looked at it a little bit. A couple of them jumped on it, but they weren't... You can tell when they get excited. There's no doubt and no denying it. And they did not. And I was very upset. And so we need a chest and then we'll get to work. And so I had lettuce. And they're more into the lettuce. I scored it too, even though it's easy. But okay, let's do it, man. So here we go. Should I do like a... We'll get to it. We'll just start the initial... Just kind of curious how to get it deep. Is there a... I feel bad about the lily pads. Gonna kill them all off. So essentially, I'm gonna remove all this right here. I think steering through it, as nice as that is, this rock is gonna be a big... Well, maybe the rock can be... Okay. All right. Come on. Okay. We're gonna. All right. Let's see what our swimming skill is right now. I don't know if I'll remember to look later on, but right now we're at 14. If people gotten it up to 100, that's nuts. So here we go. Let's do like a. This is. I should have gotten the core wood. It's easier. What's going on here? Where's oh, really? I just put 2 down, and that's the whole point of it was. This is outrageous. Okay. Here we go. All right. So the idea is essentially and then that goes through, since it's going to be tough to get rid of this rock, maybe part of it. Skeleton surprise. Yeah, you're surprised right here, skeletons. Bring it on. Where are you at? Where are you coming from? Oh, the arrow ones are so annoying. See, that's the thing. It's like I can get raided by other dudes. And, like the strong ones, and those are rough. If you're not ready for that, it's mainly just going to mean I got to run. Give me the trophy. Oh, no green trophy. Ow. Comes a bunch. All right, green guy. Jump. These guys are trying to stop my construction project. Yeah, I'm not tired of fighting. I'm just getting warmed up. Now it's called the Hank Surprise. Be funny if they put on hard hats and they just started working on my stuff. Whistling. I'm like, how do they whistle? They don't even have wet lips. Come on, green scout. Green trophy. No green trophies. Just a lot of bones. I do like their bone, it's like a junk reward, you know, back in the earlier phases of the game, but then they let you build the bone pile, which is a square of bones. And it's a cube of bones would actually be better way to, I don't want to upset Neil deGrasse Tyson. And it's a really satisfying thing to have. A square of a cube of bones. Actually, Cuba Gooding Jr., his middle name is Of Bones. Cuba of Bones Gooding Jr. is his name. Surprised you didn't know that. All right, we're not rested. It's dark. Sleep time. We'll come back. Sorry about the delay. Look at all those bones we got. Let's build a cube of bones. Get over here, cube of bones. Just my cube. There it is. We'll just put it right there for fun. There we go. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Skeletons. Classic shape, huh? I think it's a little cliche if you ask me. You got a skeleton inside you? Yeah, that's a little cliche. Why don't you do something original? Lame. Alright, sorry for the sprinting around so much. I know that's probably not as fun to watch. I'm just eager. I'm like a Lego character and everything is awesome. I want to get to work. Clang, 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 clang. I want to clang away all day. Because everything is awesome when you're part of the team. And in this game, I have no team. I'm an isolated, lonely weirdo. Great. Rainy work day. Don't even get extra pay. This is why we need a union. Okay, let's get to it though. Sorry, I know I gotta get to getting a piece of wood. There we go. Well, this is a bummer. The rain. But did they stop building the pyramids when it rained? No. In fact, I think flooding is the reason they were able to build the pyramids, from what I've gathered a little bit, is that they were using like floating barges and stuff during the monsoon, during the flood season. Okay. So you can kind of see the guide here. Gonna be a mismatch, that's all right. All right. It's got to be big enough for the big ship. That's kind of why even the little one will be problematic for various reasons. But so I'm just curious if, like, obviously I think carving out in the middle makes sense first, because you have to be able to stand somewhere, and then you can play the game of like the wave going up and down, and then you can kind of catch your standing at the deepest point. Like if you really are trying to maximize how deep it gets. So it's going to be a lot of this sort of like tedious kind of swimmy. Press the button, hope you can get the swing off before the wave picks you up again. But I'm going to go for as deep as I can. It's not going to be fun for you to watch. Sorry. I should get some topics. I should prepare some topics like Babylon 5. I'd like to live there. It's a huge, and this is I don't know what I'm going to say here, but it's a, if you know the end of I don't know the name of it. It's a sci-fi thing. The giant cylindrical habitat type of thing. Sci-fi premise. So it's not unique to Babylon 5. The end of Interstellar. When his daughter Murphy is dying of old age. And he's still a young, good-looking guy, thanks to time dilation. And he walks into that room and his family... He's like a legendary explorer, astronaut guy, yet nobody in the room seems to really react. And he doesn't say anything to them. I was like, really? Those are his like descendants, and they're just like extras because they're her family. It's like he's their grandpa, and he's hot. That's the plot of Interstellar. See, look, he's trapped down in the deep. Oh yeah, it's gonna work. These things are called cattails, reeds, or something like that. Get back in the water. Get back in the water. At least it's not a crazy storm. Uh-oh. It's going to be hit or miss. I don't need to be super perfect with the depth. The width is going to be the thing mainly, but there will be spots that I'll have to return to. So if you can kind of mentally capture this as a before and after, you'll see a huge difference for sure when this project is done. Ugh, see. But when you're in that little frustration zone, that's how you know you're getting the depths. So it's like it's as annoying as it is to sort of do this wave like this kind of frustrating, the wave takes it away. That's how you know you're in the, that's how you know you're doing the deeper part where you want it. Right there. But maybe I should be like putting down floor, like some kind of something to stand on, and then I don't have to stress about it. I'm like hammering away on the one button, which brings up, there we go. Because there'll be times where we return and it's like stormy. So, you know, you're not really preparing for the nice easy days. You've got to prepare for those days. Marinas are crazy places. Where all those boats, if you live anywhere near a lake, I live in Southern California, so we see, not that I'm driving around a lot these days, but you know, you can't drive past the coast without driving by these marinas filled with these sailboats, and there's the bigger boats, and there's all sorts of, but there's a whole operation thing going on. Gotta know about. But when weather comes in, and what am I even talking about? Boating is such its own world. There's a whole lot of culture, expense, people that are new to boating, people that respect boating, people that don't respect boating, that are annoying on the water because there's a whole etiquette thing. There's motorboat, there's sailboat, there's the jet skis, there's the, you know, the motorized sailboats, there's the sailboats with no motor, there's the motorboats with no sails, which is most of them. There's the rowing, there's the canoeing, the kayaks. Then you got those guys that are standing on floating boards and they ride waves. That's a whole other type of sailing. All falls under the category of ocean vessel, or water vessel, I should say. Like, should I build like flat walls? Should I make this like really like a cool canal that you drive right through? That might be kind of cool. Oh, come on. You're not going to punch your way out of this problem, buddy. The fist is mighty, but the earth is mightier. You can get into these TikTok algorithms or those Instagram reel scrolling, and it catches me where I see, well, one thing I love to see is, you know, cruise ships crashing into stuff. That's always fun. Never boring. So then the algorithm decides that's all you want to watch. Another one is, see, this is much. See, now should I get a hoe out? Do some flattening? It's almost worse when it's calm in terms of the way the wave can help you because it stops dipping. But there's like certain areas of like inlets, and I think this is down in Florida somewhere. Obviously a ton of boating going on in the southern, along all coastlines, but Florida. And they'll just show boaters who are being rude by not respecting the no wake laws, or coming through a particular spot where you got to be extra careful because the waves kick in a little more firmly than you might otherwise. And you're inexperienced, and then you catch these waves and you see people. So it's like someone filming from the shore, or maybe they're on a boat or something, but yeah, but it's usually showing like bad behavior, people being kind of reckless, going too fast through these wavy inlets and stuff. And you go, hey, you become an expert real fast. You go, oh, he's not respecting the boating. These guys, and then there's some people in the boat that are getting their spines compressed with the hard hits, where the boat doesn't take a. You can kind of like synchronize with the wave at speed, but you're supposed to just go slow and careful so you don't hurt people in your boat, damage your boat. Or then there's also the case where douchebags with their boats that can make bigger waves, or, you know, obviously it's situational dependent. The no wake is about protecting the parked boats, because you come through at a speed that causes waves, and all the parked up boats are now going to take a bunch of hits, and they have their bumpers and they have their, like, you know, they're tied up and stuff, but that can still mess up those boats. So it's like it's cooperative sort of spirit for boaters, and you're supposed to help other boaters when they're in distress and stuff. And so there's like new people that get into it, or just dickheads. So just like everything, though, there's opportunities for dickheads to stress people out. I guess that's kind of a given, particularly in a society that seems like optimized for dickhead production. So anyway, living in a cylinder in space that spins at a certain rate. There's some pretty cool videos. I can't think of the YouTube channel. The guy does great animations about different sort of solar system stuff, and he explains it pretty well. And the sizes that you need to recreate 1G. 1G, for those of you that don't know, although if you're a fan of mine, I'm sure you're smart enough, you probably know. That's just like standard Earth gravity. We all experience 1G at sea level, basically. G shifts around a little bit, depending on where on the Earth you are or how high up. Like, it actually, like, the map of Earth's gravity is not exactly a sphere, nor is Earth, by the way. It's called an oblate spheroid. Bet you didn't know that. And, anyway, the 1G is kind of like, if we're going to live in space, the idea we would like to have is to build some simulation of gravity, and the only way we know how to do it, until we invent flooring that causes gravity, is spinning crap around. The only other way to create that much gravity in space is to build a spaceship the size of Earth, but we already got one of those, and we're ruining it. Mars is 0.39. The moon, I think, is either Mars is 0.36. I think the moon is 0.16 or 0.19, something along. I know those numbers are close enough to not totally embarrass myself. So living on Mars under 0.39 G is really not gonna be. Even if that was the only problem with Mars, we would have. It's a bad place to live. There ain't no option B. It is just so stupid that they've got people thinking that, oh yeah, that's fine, we'll just fuck up Earth because we can go somewhere. No. You know how hard it is to move your house? Like, meaning, like, just imagine having to, that's okay, we can ruin this town and we'll all just move to a different town. Imagine that being like a justification for destroying where you live. That's what they got people doing. Now, how difficult that it would be. on its own. Dude, we've made some good progress here. So spinning, this one channel, they do this great animation. So and they like kind of show like the size of it's the radius of the facility, but it's real goofy because, you know, larger radius. I don't remember exactly. So that like the bigger the radius, the slower the speed needs to be to generate that level of G. But then there's also like effects with, I don't know precisely, but your head is going to have different G, like the gravity is pulling out in all directions, or the centripetal force that's pushing you because of the spinning. But if you detach from it, I don't know. Yeah, so there's a lot of weird little factors. Thus, like the engineering of it all is these huge Babylon 5 / Interstellar / what are some other things that have those? I know it's like obviously it's a concept that's in a lot of sci-fi books and stuff. Yeah, I think this tree is gonna have to get got here pretty soon. And so having and then you have like oh yeah, Elysium has the ring kind of thing up there, right? It's not exactly I guess a ring is a section of a cylinder. You could almost call it a cylinder if you really wanted to do that. I would roll my eyes on the inside, but I think that's still accurate. Ooh. I'm gonna chop away at that rock a bit, I think too, because yeah, we'll probably build some sort of bumpers, like just wood. This guy wandering over here. He's on his daily walk. Sees a strange object, throws a rock at it. He's attracted to some sort of noise. What's going on over here? Sorry for doing that so close to the microphone. Sorry. Rude. Sorry about that. Hey. Excuse me? Did you not see the piece of paper that says I own this place? Read the paper. Whoa. That was a jump. Come on up. Come over here. Yeah, that tree's days are numbered. You're finished, tree. Had enough of your kind. Nice throat, dummy. But it'd be kind of fun to live in one of those big barrels, right? You'd look up, see green farms and stuff. Can you, like, transport across? I don't know. Oh, God. It is annoying to do this at night because these people come out. I got the one guy stuck in my spot. Do I need to help him get out so I can kill him? There we go. There you go. All right. Time to take the tree down. I love the color it. I love the evening colors. Oops, funny little jump there. Alrighty. Yeah, we're not rested. Hey, look, the log's doing me a salad over there. Oh, he outsmarted the log. Okay, so I think we can get this rock. Do I have any stones on me? It's kind of feeling like having a fire. I do one up here? I don't think so. Well, that one's going to be slightly in the way. Yeah, I think this rock could be a basis for a fence post, kind of. Going straight that way, basically. This rock is removable. Gotta be quick. Yes. You were starting to doubt me, weren't you? I wasn't doubting me. Okay. Yeah. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Oops. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we'll shave that corner there, right? Make that turn easy. Look at this. This is awesome. Isn't this cool? Let's take a little swim. Just take a look at it from different spots. Okay. Yeah, this corner can go. Mark this for destruction. So the boat will come in here and it'll start. Yeah, this is essentially where we'll start cutting. So much work. There's so much more to explore in this world, and I just want to build canals. Okay. And I want that to be kind of rounded around that way, because that's going to be our main through until we do the southern route. There's northern route, southern route, and then additional southern route. Not so fast, buddy. I'm going to put you up against a tree and beat the shit out of you while you heal. May this dance never end. You've been fisted. But we'll get attacked by some trolls here and there, and maybe even, some big raids. So this is... They're not going to mess up the earth, I guess. That's the good thing. Or the dirt stuff. So they might rip down our poles. By that I mean to say our fencing. Alright. This is so satisfying. I don't know why. Then the southern route. I mean, I could remove that entire spit right there. This whole thing can go. Let's see. Okay. You were not going to notice it, but I'll have to. Let me make an edit note. What do I need to do? I got kind of coming up with some sort of like quick marking system to remind me that I have to do some stuff. But I'm gonna pause it at the bed because I gotta take the coffee has really done its wonders, worked its magic on me. So, oh, I thought there was. Okay. Going to the bathroom, but I'll be back. Dropped a pellet in with the shrimps. Keep an eye on them. They'll probably see some more activity as they get attracted to it. I wonder if those pellets go bad though over time. That bag of pellets I got is still. It'll probably last my entire life, but I don't. I feel like this years go by. What the fuck? Hold on. Game's frozen. Shit. What the hell? This is not good. Okay. I had to restart the game. I think it's working okay, though. Luckily, at least OBS just kept recording. That's goofy. Alright, well. No worries. Let's go dump all the stuff we got. And head back. Another day in the canal. Working away. Where's the dump stuff? Didn't I have a thing? Why am I like running over to this cart, which is literally like a mobile? Nope. Are we not rested? What's into sleep? Why would I not be rested? I slept. I don't know. Like, I could do without any inventory other than what I've got. I could easily just bring stuff back, run around, sort it, dump it into a chest, dump it into a cart, and then eventually bring the cart around. But I like the idea of it being easy to dump into sorted boxes right when I walk out, or right close to it. And then distributing from there or something. So, I don't know. Okay, so did crashing mess us up at all? I don't think so. We'll try to preserve what we can of the land, which means I was going to break up that log, but I should have repaired. That's right. But this pine is done. Taking those out in one swing. Because I'm strong. Not weak. Now we'll just leave it. Yeah. And then actually maybe getting rid of that tree. We can always plant some more trees if we want to recreate. So let's sort of work our way from the mill. Okay. Yep. So, I mean, there'll be times where I'm not going to try to make it super perfect. That's something I can do off camera when I'm just taking breaks and... The tediousness of it all is kind of nice for my head. Even though it's repetitive and boring, but so am I. Even though it's repetitive and boring, but so am I. even though it's repetitive and boring, but so am I. Even though it's repetitive and boring, but so am I. Should I keep doing that? I have to do it about 50 more times for that to have any humor. I have to go down to that valley where it's horrible and then bring it back. But I don't want to do that. I've already like wrecked up. I think by the third one I was done. I should have been done. Because then you become indulgent. Then you start assuming your viewer's time is not used, not valuable or respected. And I don't want you to feel that. Drown. Drown. Nah, fuck it, just die. Alright. I was keeping the logs there just because they're sort of... They sort of like function like barriers, I guess. I can push them around, that's right. Just... Oh, this one's stuck on a tin. So the tin, even though I have a crap ton and it seems useless, it's good for making bronze. So I think like keeping it around, or there's still like a reason to harvest it. I don't know what's the ratio. 2 to 1, 4 to 1, something. That one rolled back. Okay. Oop, almost got away with it. That goes up a ways, doesn't it? So a big exciting moment. I'm not sure we're going to make it in this episode, but almost certainly in the next one. And I probably could if I pushed it, is clearing this enough that we can take the boat and then go up the river. And then cross that other lake. How cool is it going to be when we finally get to do that? Get to cut into all this stuff. Well, there's a mystery island hidden beneath. I don't believe there is, but yeah. So that'll be like a nice, cool moment in this project for sure. And that might be a good way to start the next episode. So we'll go like another minute, or you know, a couple of minutes here. I think an hour is good. Hour 5. You could still call that an hour, but going past that, I know some of these episodes do go a bit longer, but I kind of want to try to keep it to an hour. Feels like a reasonable amount of time. Okay. So let's make a nice bite into the land here. We've got us a floating fireplace, or whatever they call that. I definitely think I can make this whole thing work without taking out this tree, but it does certainly make sense to round this bit, round out that land right there. And obviously the tree would have to go, but okay. Oops. All right, so I guess we'll call it a day when we head back to base and repair the pickaxe, because that's about to go out. Won't be long. But in the next episode, for sure, we're going to get onto that river. I'm really eager. I was only going to do 2, but honestly, I can't really I can't resist it. I really have to. I'm really in a Valheim spree these days, this week. Got a bunch of stuff. Got 3 uploaded. Those 2 with the horrible audio, which I'm so annoyed by, but it's alright. Okay, axe is busted. We're going back to base. So we'll say goodbye as we head over there. Up, of course. And I don't know, I just put some wood in here for some reason. I gotta do it that way. So thank you for watching. Hope you're having fun. I'm having fun. I'm not getting huge numbers on this stuff, but it's part of my output, part of my stuff, part of the things I'm trying to get together. It's nice to have something to look forward to. Don't feel that very much. So as we get ready for the clangs, and that's it. We'll pick it up right here when we come back. Bye-bye. Bye.